Strawberry Stadium on the campus of Southeastern Louisiana University, where tonight the Southeastern Lions will play host to the back-to-back FCS national champions, South Dakota State. I'm Chase Gisbert here alongside Logan Love. Dakota State boots it away, and here we go in Hammond, Louisiana. And here's a return from the Lions, and stonewalled is Harlan Dixon at around the 20. And out Brakeem Wicks at either tackle. 2 preseason All-Southland selections, and Stewart showing you with the legs a gain of about 7 or 8 on first down.
And that was a great triple option. Look, he had the option to give it to Martin or pitch it to the guy.
See Southeastern with multiple tight ends. And they run to the opposite side, and just getting through is Antonio Martin Jr. Looked like he was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. Third down, 3rd and 2 for Southeastern. And almost thought it was play action, but Martin is met right at the line to gain. I believe that should be enough. It might be 4th.
Hooper in at fullback again.
And it will go to Martin, and boy, that was close, but the spot is a little more favorable. I believe he did just get enough there. And awaits the snap. 4-man rush. And he's in trouble, and down he goes. The Jackrabbits produce a sack. And that was big number 94, Kobe Claiborne, the junior.
Stewart didn't have anywhere to go.
Now on the punt is Alec Mahler for Southeastern. And the Jackrabbits have a nice return, and he is going to go. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, South Dakota State. And that is Dallas Beanham, who we just mentioned on defense, making an impact on special teams as well. An instant house call for the Jackrabbits before they're off. And Dustman on for the extra point, right through the uprights. 7-0 Jackrabbits. Get a score like that. As we take a look here.
Beanham made the first man miss. He got the block on the edge, and that's all he needed to just house it from 88 yards out.
Here's the play action pressure coming. Deflected in the air and incomplete. And again, that is Graham Spalding, the senior linebacker. He's been everywhere. And almost a jump in his quarterback draw. A terrific play call. And Gronowski points for the first down, already in Lions territory, set up with that great field position. And, man, I love Johnson on the left side of Gronowski. All day the throw, and Johnson just couldn't haul it in. Maybe a tad high for the running back. And again, and Dustman kind of hesitated for a second. Now a beautiful pooch punt. And it takes a Southeastern hop, but then it takes a little ricochet, and it's down inside the 10. It looks like at the furthest Jackrabbit defender is only 10 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, and they'll run it again on 3rd down. Harlan Dixon spins off a tackler, but he's going to be a yard short. Interesting play call. Another backed up inside. And Wilde looks like man coverage at the bottom of your screen. Gronowski goes the opposite side of the field, incomplete.
Keidron Callaghan again.
And Callaghan is having a game so far. And we'll see very often at all. South Dakota State rallies to the football. You see a lot of blue hats making plays, and that's going to be a pass interference call. Jalen DiMaggio got in a bit of a hand tussle with Dallas Beanham. And he
or spot foul if it's shorter than that.
Pass interference.
They teach you at this level and the level before. If you can't get to the ball, break their hands. And that's exactly what happened on that.
SLU, see if he gets the ball here. A little bobbled snap, and Stewart under pressure just heaves it deep to his tight end, and it's intercepted. The Jackrabbits coming the other way. And finally, he's still going to hurdle down to the 25. And that was Colby Herder, the senior safety out of Katy. And Johnson splits out wide. And a little screen pass. But no can do, only a 2-yard gain. And I'll tell you what, these Lions are flying around to the football. That was KK Reno on the tackle.
Quarterback a few years ago for Denver. That's what this stat line reminds me of.
And now a delayed draw, and Harlan Dixon gets close, but he's going to be a couple yards short as, again, that South Dakota defense just right. Their defense and special teams has been excellent. And a night where their offense, I shouldn't say struggled, but hasn't done a whole lot. Southeastern's played pretty well. As you see Beanham there, unable to replicate his magic on the first return for 6. But again, the Drew lead early here in the second quarter and continuing to win the field position battle as they once again set up shop around midfield. And here's the keeper on the option, lowering the shoulder is Gronowski. And that should be enough for a first down as he is a load to tackle.
That was actually Chase Mason on the offense. They fake the give to
Beanham early in the first quarter is our only score tonight. And now Gronowski finds Johnson wide open out of the backfield, and he accelerates and truck sticks a tackler in the secondary for Southeastern before getting down to the 20. And the Jacker point today. Southeastern, you said bend but don't break. And it looks like they're breaking here, straight up the gut, broken tackle, touchdown, Jackrabbits. And that is Kirby Voorhees, the redshirt freshman out of Lutz, Florida, for 6, and big man rumbling straight up the gut. And the Jackrabbits make it 13-0.
Yeah, if you're a horror movie fan, you've seen one Voorhees slashing through people before, and you saw Voorhees slashing up the defense on this play. Just full drive to the end zone. That engine did not stop until he scored. And it's 2 scores.
And now Dustman adds the extra point. And that makes our score 14-0 with 9:05 to go in the second. Bach, a big reason why that middle linebacker in the center of that defense. And now here's a hole shot. Darius Lewis, and that's more like it from a Lions perspective. That was a tremendous throw by Stewart. Dropped that one in a bucket. Eastern can use this momentum they just received on that last play. And now Draboski in the middle of that defense gets special teams. The problem is for Southeastern, they still have a big goose egg up. And now they have 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. 3rd and 12, 4-man rush and a shot to Darius Lewis. And that's kind of what I was mentioning. Got about half of it on the last drive. Here's Lewis in motion. Stewart back to pass. And he just throws it away, but there is a flag. Interesting, the call. Lewis was actually wide open at the top of the screen after going in motion, but Stewart was looking the opposite direction.
Run to the end zone there.
Number 94 defense. 10-yard penalty.
Holding on the defense.
Automatic.
Wow. And that is a huge call, the bottom of the screen. 4 receivers.
4-man rush.
Over the middle, and it is, I think, incomplete. Are they going to call that a catch? Cade Collier
dropped. Call it 49-yard attempt here for Riley Callahan.
Well, they are in Callahan's range. We'll see if the Lions can get on the board. And this one is no good. Wide left. And, man, that just feels very deflating for a Southeastern perspective. It's been impressive thus far. And now pressure, looking for Johnson. It's intercepted. Dante Daniels with an impact play. And the crowd explodes here in Hammond. Could that?
He's over there as well. 5 interceptions on the year already for Gronowski. You make him uncomfortable, he's going to throw it up. He got hit on that play by Proctor, and it was picked off. Great hands from Dante Daniels there to give the Lions.
3rd and 8, trailing by 14 here with 2 minutes to go in the first half, and Stewart drops back the pass, rolls to his right, looks downfield, and fires it. It's tipped and intercepted. Coming the other way, and the Jackrabbits with another turnover, their second pick of the first half. And that was
the blitz South Dakota State did on that play, got pressure immediately, sent Stewart rolling to his right. The receiver he was going to hugely was out of bounds. That wouldn't have counted even if he did catch it, and it was just tip drill for the defender, taking it almost to midfield.
Jackrabbits with their foot on the Lions' throats here at the end of the first half. Can they extend this lead? And Amar Johnson right down Broadway up the middle.
Good use there.
29. Gronowski takes a snap, and right back to that guy, Johnson, who patiently waits and picks his way inside the 25 down to the 22 to move the chain.
Line.
And Gernowski hands it off to Voorhees, who is still going! Breaking tackles into the end zone. Kirby Voorhees, have a day. He's barely been in the game, but breaks 3 to 4 tackles. Just the Lions could not get him to the turf. Not been helped by their offense. And it's the first thing that's gone wrong in this first half for the Jackrabbits. A high snap. And that is why they're back-to-back reigning national champions. But you see Voorhees here. I mean, there is 3 and 4 green jerseys are been far less of a victory in the first half for Southeastern. And the score not really indicative of the performance from the Lions outside of their offense struggling, but this is why the Jackrabbits have been so successful all 3 phases of the game. Shining, as well as Voorhees, the redshirt freshman running back, 2 touches, 2 touchdowns. And the Jackrabbits are up 20-0 and will receive the ball here to start the third quarter.
Yeah, if you're South Dakota State in the second half, you just want to keep doing what you did on the. If you're Southeastern, you need to make sure you get the ball back and do something with it.
And Gernowski tries to take off, and he is going to be sacked in the backfield. A loss of 5. And that was Shamar. And it's going to be a handoff. Johnson had a little crease, but runs out of real estate quickly. A gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards. And that'll bring up 4th and 6, and the Lions defense does their job. And a short break as we're right back to the action. A little jet sweep. Brandon Hayes with some daylight, and he'll move it for a first down. This Jackrabbits defense a chance to breathe. And
quick.
And a tackle by his own teammate, but Lewis somehow manages to pick up the first down. My goodness, Darius Lewis makes something out of nothing in 3 white jerseys and pick up a first down. And now a little end around Hayes with room to run. First down and more. Cuts it upfield and is down at around the 16, 17-yard line. Lions knocking on the door in the red. And here's the snap, a little play fake. Looking and flushed. Gets away from the pressure, however, and makes a nice cut, but he is tracked down well short of the first down. And Stewart showing the 13-point lead here. As Stewart picked up 1 yard on that play. And Callahan does drill, or he missed it. He missed it left. And my goodness.
When it rains, it pours for Southeastern. They just can't seem to get excited to wait till this week to leave a storm all over the field.
And the special teams as well. 2 missed field goals. And here's Voorhees. You could say goodbye now. Voorhees, 20-10-5 touchdown. I mean, this is a Randy Moss stat line. 3 touches, 3 hello end zone trips for the Red.
Goodness, it's a hat trick for Kirby Voorhees on 3 touches in this first half. He's got over 120 yards rushing. I don't know what Southeastern is telling themselves in the defensive huddle, but whenever that guy gets the ball, nothing seems to matter.
Someone please take a picture of Voorhees on the sideline. All 3 times he's touched the ball, he has ran it into the end zone. Back. And he'll get 9 yards on 2nd and 10. Now he's split out wide. 3rd and 1 for the Lions. So they try to pick this one up. Up the middle, beautiful cutting, and wow, an ankle tackle right there for the SD. Southeastern's gritty 28-24 win over Eastern Washington, but not having the same fortunes in this game against the #1 team in the land. But here's Draboski finding that soft spot in the zone, the tight end out of IMG Academy for Southeastern. And now it'll bring up a 2nd and 20. And Stewart will keep it. Does have some room. Bounces it out and tries to turn it upfield, and he'll just slide down. Stays in bounds, so the clock will keep rolling. Passing game to speak of for either team tonight.
Stewart 8 of 18 on the day, 9 of 19.
And there's Errol Rogers, the Liberty transfer. Actually started out his college career at Lafayette. Louisiana Lafayette. And he makes the play well short of the first.
And the one carry that he's gotten that hasn't gotten a touchdown was on that play.
And you see here just the vision, bounces it outside. Have to say, I mean, the offensive line, that's a thing of beauty. And now a broken coverage, or busted coverage, I should say.
Back room, and not to be outperformed, Kirby Voorhees, 4 carries, 160-something yards, 3 touchdowns.
And here's Johnson. He's also Voorhees, just having a monster game. And now here's the rollout. Gronowski fires a dart, and that is caught. The setup of first is starting to wear on these Lions, who have put up a respectable fight, and a stiff arm for Amar Johnson, who races to the corner for a touchdown.
It's a party in the end zone for South Dakota State and the running back room.
You have a touchdown. Outside of the Voorhees, but I mean, played really well in the first half. Dante Daniels had a great interception, just constantly being put in bad.
4 yards and a pick, but he's been supported by the rest of his offense.
And here's Martin. What a nifty move. My goodness, he's still going. Antonio Martin Jr., transfer from Blaine College, actually signed with Georgia Tech out of high school.
More of the same here for the Southeastern offense.
Yes, on 3rd and 1, Southeastern thrown for a huge loss, just relentless pursuit by the Jack.
120 yards rushing.
And here's the snap, right up the gut, and Woods gets a first down again of the game, Kirby Voorhees. And he'll get the rock again, up the middle again, breaking tackles, and he cuts it upfield. And it's the most insane thing about that, Logan, is that is actually going to hurt his average. 3rd and 6, as we're now under 9 minutes to go here in Hammond. And Gronowski wide open, and it's intercepted, but I think it hit the turf. It did. Coriel Pierce tried to sell that one. And, man, he would still be running possibly for a touchdown if that one program. They won the Southland Conference Championship just a couple years ago. This is more of just a dominating force in South Dakota State. And what a grab right there. Maybe it's incomplete. Jalen DiMaggio there in the very back of the end zone.
Right around where the goalie would be playing should soccer be in session today.
And fielded at around the 42. And another solid return. Is safe to say the Jackrabbits have.
That's the handle.
And when you couple that with poor starting field position on offense and 0 points, not a recipe for success against anyone, much less the #1 team in the nation. But let's give credit where credit is due.
A light show for the South Dakota State offense.
And now here's Mason, quarterback keeper, hurdles a defender and rumbles inside the 10. And here's the handoff. He keeps it again, and he'll toss it wide open. Man just overshoots him, and he's going to wish he had that one back as his tight end leaked open in the end zone, and that was David. I'm not expecting someone to be that wide open and just overshooting him.
A little too excited.
Make up for it. They keep it on the ground, bounce to the outside, and chop down, but inside the 2 here late in the 4th quarter.
It's a nice little run to the left. They're going to keep it up the middle for the touchdown.
And on the goal line, why not give it to your 6'4", 230 quarterback, Chase Mason. Gets in the end zone standing up, and he's fired up. And that'll make it 40-0. South Dakota State flexing their muscles here across the country.
Basically, great. They need their great quarterback to throw the ball much today.
Not much, and I mean, don't see anyone knocking them off their perch anytime soon. And now Brandon Hayes has some room past the 40, out near the 45, and a positive play there for the Lions special teams. When the Lions were Southland Conference champions, but with the addition of Antonio Martin out of the transfer portal, it's kind of been relegated to 3rd string, but still showing you he's got some juice in that tank. And oh my goodness, Man, this Jackrabbits defense, so physical, all 11 men, hats to the ball, and right as I say that, Sawyer is dumped. A sack for South Dakota State, and believe that was Bryce Hawthorne. Yes, the redshirt defensive tackle out of Osseo, Minnesota. Back draws. Again, the C's part off to the races, rumbling inside the 10 down to the 5. And production, or just being able to find the end zone for Southeastern offensively. Does it look like we're going to have a game maybe on our hands after that Dante Daniels interception in the second quarter, but once the Lions turned it back over, that was all she wrote. Things kind of got off the rails, and the Jackrabbits ran away from the Lions 41-0 as the final seconds tick off, and you see Coach Frank Selfo and Jimmy Rogers shaking hands.
This game, like you said, it shows why South Dakota State is the cream of the crop. They started the first quarter, it was 7-0 off of only that punt return touchdown, and then things started to go wrong for Southeastern. South Dakota State started chipping away on the ground.